Most people don't fall short because they lack ability. They fall short because they never truly give themselves permission to begin. It's not talent that separates the doers from the dreamers. It's belief. The quiet, powerful conviction that something greater is possible, that you are capable of more, that the story isn't finished yet. But what if the only wall standing between you and everything you've ever wanted is the story you've been telling yourself? The one that whispers, maybe it's not for me, or maybe I'm too late. Let's challenge that right now. Your future doesn't start when the stars align. It starts the moment you start thinking like it's already real, not with blind hope, but with clarity, with focus, with the kind of certainty that changes your posture, your voice, your choices. Belief isn't fantasy, it's fuel. When you walk in the direction of your dream, even with fear in your shoes, something happens. The universe doesn't wait for you to be ready. It waits for you to be in motion. Once your perspective shifts, your world begins to respond. Opportunities open up, not because they magically appeared, but because you've finally trained your eyes to see them. There is a force stronger than education, luck, or even raw talent, and that force is conviction. The unshakable kind, not a wish, not a maybe, but a grounded inner knowing that what you're reaching for is not a gamble. It's a decision. Think about it. The most successful minds in history, from Nelson Mandela to Marie Curie, didn't wait for someone to tell them they were ready. They acted like it. Even when nothing around them looked like a win, they moved like winners. They lived not in reaction to the world, but in alignment with a vision no one else could see. That's your challenge now. To train your thoughts, guard your mind, and become the author of your own future. Doubt, fear, hesitation, they're not truths. They're echoes from a past that no longer serves you. And when you shine the light of belief on those shadows, they disappear. So no, you're not waiting for permission. You're not here to fit in. You're here to build, to lead, to create a legacy. That starts with your thoughts, because no one can outgrow the limits they allow in their own mind. Reprogram the way you see setbacks. They're not roadblocks. They're invitations to level up. Proof that you're in motion, that you're being prepared, not punished. This is how champions think. They don't say, I hope I can. They say, I will figure it out. They don't retreat when it's tough. They rise because it's tough. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create momentum and become the moment. And you're made of the same material, built for impact, designed to evolve. So start acting like the version of yourself you've been dreaming about. Speak with conviction. Move with purpose. Let every step you take echo your commitment to rise, no matter what. There's nothing passive about purpose. This is your time to step into your strength, to go beyond inspiration and into transformation. What happens next isn't random. It's a response to how boldly you decide to show up. Success doesn't belong to the hesitant. It belongs to those who move with conviction, those who treat their dreams like obligations, not options. The truth: too many people treat their vision like it's a hobby, like it's something they'll get to when life quiets down, when things make more sense, when they feel more prepared. But that moment never comes, because real clarity is born through motion, not meditation. There's a kind of energy that shows up when you walk like the outcome is already guaranteed, not because you're pretending, but because you've made a decision so deep, so final, that the world has no choice but to adjust. Think of Serena Williams. She didn't wait for a title to carry herself like a champion. Long before the world recognized her dominance, she trained, walked, and competed like she was one. Her results caught up to her mindset, not the other way around. That's the secret. You don't get what you hope for. You get what you commit to. You get what you embody. So treat your goals like promises. Speak them with the weight of certainty. Execute with the discipline of someone who knows the outcome is non-negotiable. The way you talk to yourself, the way you plan your days, the way you respond to setbacks, it all reflects what you truly believe is possible. Belief isn't built by waiting. It's built by deciding. Fully, finally, unapologetically. And when you move like your destination is already on the calendar, the path begins to appear beneath your feet. The timing doesn't have to be perfect. The trust does. Every powerful legacy was once an unseen dream. Every empire began as a whisper in someone's mind. The difference between those who made it and those who didn't: one group treated their dream as law, the others treated it like a nice idea. The world doesn't give crowns to the hopeful. It gives them to the determined. You want the game to change? Then stop negotiating with your destiny. Show up with so much fire in your vision that resistance doesn't even try to argue. That's not arrogance. That's alignment. Live in a way that your actions don't need to scream, because your consistency already speaks volumes. If the plan shifts, so be it. But the goal, that's locked in. That's untouchable. Be flexible in your methods. Be immovable in your mission. This is the mindset of those who rise, the ones who turn intention into impact and passion into legacy. They don't wait for the right wave. They become the tide. So move like your dream is done. Walk like the doors are opening. Speak like your voice carries weight, because it does. You were never meant to tiptoe toward your greatness. You were built to march through the noise with power in your step and fire in your soul. And if you keep showing up like it's already yours, one day it will be. No one climbs alone. Your environment, the people you allow near your thoughts, your dreams, your energy, they either lift you higher or weigh you down. There is no neutral. Every voice in your life is either echoing your greatness or reinforcing your doubt. Your vision might be powerful, but if you plant it in soil filled with fear, it won't grow. Even the strongest seed struggles in toxic ground. So look around. Who's at your table? Who speaks into your future? Are they builders or breakers? Oprah Winfrey didn't become a force of influence by accident. She chose her mentors with intention. She curated her circle with clarity. She surrounded herself with people who spoke her language, people who saw not just where she was, but who she could become. Your circle must reflect the level you're aiming for, not the one you're trying to escape. Some of the most subtle sabotage comes not from enemies, but from well-meaning voices who can't see what you see. They project their fears as advice. They call your pace too much, your ambition unrealistic. But just because they don't get it doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're called to a level they haven't reached yet. So protect your mental atmosphere. Audit your inputs like your life depends on it, because it does. Every conversation you engage in, every post you consume, every energy you entertain, it's either fertilizing your belief or feeding your hesitation. Make space for giants, for dreamers, for people who don't flinch when you speak of massive visions. Those who respond with "why not you?" instead of "be careful." These are your people, your mirrors, your momentum. Build a room where excellence is expected, not applauded. Where goals are treated like deadlines, not fantasies. Where your excuses are challenged, not coddled. Because you don't need more comfort. You need more clarity. Einstein didn't grow in a vacuum. Neither did Elon Musk or Malala Yousafzai. They sought out voices that sharpened their minds and expanded their thinking. They understood that belief is contagious, and the right company makes it unstoppable. Don't apologize for raising your standards. The people meant for your next chapter won't be intimidated by your growth. They'll be inspired by it. And if someone walks away when you decide to elevate, let them. Your future isn't built for those who want you small. So choose wisely. Your tribe is your tide. They can carry you forward or drag you back. And when you finally align your environment with your intention, belief doesn't have to be forced. It becomes natural. It becomes inevitable. That's the power of the right atmosphere. Your story is not the sum of what happened to you. It's the meaning you give to it. Every chapter, every heartbreak, every failure, they aren't scars, they're signatures. They're the raw material of greatness. And you have the authority to decide what they stand for. What if your past wasn't a prison, but a blueprint? The pain, that wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The delay? It wasn't a denial. It was a development phase. What if the closed doors were reroutes, not rejections? There's power in reinterpretation, in choosing to look at your timeline through the lens of growth, not guilt. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until her 40s. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. These moments didn't define them. They refined them. The difference, they didn't wear their setbacks like shame. They turned them into stepping stones. You can do the same. Stop rehearsing the pain. Start extracting the wisdom. You weren't buried. You were planted. And now it's time to grow. Every challenge you've endured has gifted you something. Resilience, insight, clarity, courage. These aren't side effects. They're your superpowers. But you have to see them that way. Change the internal narrative. Replace, "Why did this happen to me?" with, "What did this build in me?" That shift alone changes everything. This is your story. You're the narrator. You get to choose the frame, the meaning, the tone. Your past doesn't have to predict your future, unless you let it. So, reclaim the power that was always yours. Look at every setback and say, "Thank you, I needed that lesson." Not from a place of denial, but from dominion, from ownership, from a knowing that nothing has been wasted. When the world hears your story, let it sound like a victory song, not a list of defeats, but a journey of rising. Let your scars tell stories of healing. Let your mistakes echo with redemption. Let your old failures become fuel for your future. This is the mindset of leaders, of legends, of those who refuse to be reduced by what tried to break them. You are not your detours. You are the driver of where this road leads. So bless your past, reclaim its value, and let it push you forward, stronger than ever. Growth doesn't happen in stillness. It happens under strain. Belief is like muscle. It needs resistance to strengthen. It doesn't develop in silence or ease. It grows in the tension, in the pushback, in the moment you choose not to quit. Most people avoid pressure. They think discomfort is a sign to stop. But in reality, it's the signal to lean in, to engage, to level up. Every trial is a training ground. Every setback, a chance to forge deeper focus. Your challenges aren't obstacles. They're opportunities dressed in grit. Kobe Bryant didn't become elite by avoiding the hard days. He sought them. He used the pressure, the criticism, the expectation as fuel. He understood that greatness isn't tested when things are easy, but when everything's on the line. That's when your belief matters most. Not when the sun's out, but when the storm hits. Not when the plan flows, but when it falls apart, and you still move forward. Pressure doesn't destroy you. It reveals you. Each delay you endure is shaping your discipline. Each failure you face is strengthening your foundation. Each no you hear is setting up a yes you're finally ready for. Don't misinterpret the fire. It's forging you. Be like steel. The heat doesn't break it. It makes it unshakable. There will be moments that test your resolve, when it would be easier to shrink, to delay, to doubt. But these are not stop signs. They are mirrors, reflecting back how badly you want it. Your destiny isn't built by perfect conditions. It's built by persistence, by showing up even when there's no applause, by pushing forward when no one's watching. That's the separator. The ones who rise don't wait for the resistance to go away. They grow through it. Thomas Edison didn't quit after the first failure, or the 100th. He viewed each setback as feedback, as redirection, not rejection. He kept showing up, kept experimenting, kept believing, until history caught up to his vision. You're not here to crumble under the weight of life. You're here to carry it, to use it, to convert pressure into purpose. Let every challenge sharpen you. Let every trial remind you. You are capable of more. You don't need an easier road. You need a stronger rhythm. Keep walking. Keep building. Keep believing. Because the power being developed in you through the pressure, that's the exact power that will carry you to everything you've ever imagined. Everything begins with a decision, not a condition. The life you're building starts with the thoughts you choose to nurture, the language you allow yourself to speak, and the standards you decide to live by. Most people wait. They wait for signs, for confidence, for confirmation. But greatness doesn't arrive after hesitation. It answers the voice of decisiveness. Make the decision now, not when it's convenient, not when the fear is gone, not when everything makes sense. Now, because once your decision is made, life starts to move in alignment with it. The ground you walk on becomes more stable. The people you need start to appear. Opportunities you couldn't see before suddenly stand in plain view, not because the world changed, but because you did. Think of Simone Biles. She chose excellence, not by waiting for validation, but by moving with purpose. Her mind was trained, her focus unbreakable. She didn't let circumstances determine her identity. She created her legacy from the inside out. That's what you're here to do. Speak like it's already happening. Speak life. Speak strength. Speak vision. Your words are not background noise. They are building blocks. Every sentence is a seed. What you declare consistently becomes what you eventually live. Your voice is a tool, a force, a command center. Use it like it matters, because it does. Stop saying, "I can't." Stop entertaining the language of limitation. Replace it with truth. I am growing. I am prepared. I am built for this. This is not pretending. This is programming. Rewiring your mind to reflect the future you intend to create, not the fear you're leaving behind. That's how transformation happens. Not from outside in, but inside out. What you believe, you build. What you speak, you see. Set your destination in stone, but keep your route flexible. Life will throw turns, changes, surprises. That doesn't mean the vision is wrong. It means the journey is real. Be like water in your method, like a mountain in your mission. Adapt, but never abandon. Let your choices speak louder than your circumstances. Let your persistence carry you when motivation fades. Let your belief be the rhythm that never breaks. And most of all, remember, you don't need permission to rise. You only need a decision. So make it, own it, walk in it. The world doesn't shape your identity. Your identity reshapes the world. And if you keep showing up with focus, fire, and faith, there's no force that can stop what you're becoming.